not mindful of what we are surrounding ourselves with, those words will really get into us and really impact our lives, our Hi everyone, my name is Camila and I am an advocate of happy parenting and I am an inner peace coach and a certified Reiki master. Thank you so much for those of you who have chosen the topic that you want me to talk about. And the topic today is how to not take hurtful words or comments personally. First, define what is hurtful words or what do you consider as hurtful. What's hurtful for you may not necessarily be hurtful for others. Words are just words. When you interpret a word to become hurtful, henceforth it becomes hurtful. Acknowledge that not all words are hurtful. In actual fact, words are words. Words are words. While words are very powerful, you have the power to not allow those words to impact you. If you are constantly surrounded by people who are verbally abusive, grow up in an environment where you are being constantly thrown hurtful words at, people call you names growing up and it really impact your self-esteem, follow me closely here because it really is possible to not allow any kinds of words to impact your inner peace. Well, as human beings, we do have feelings or emotions or anger or sadness. We do have some kind of sensations or reaction to certain words. And that is part of being human. And as a Reiki master, we acknowledge that certain words do carry some weight and certain words carry energy. And if we are not mindful of what we are surrounding ourselves with, those words will really get into us and really impact our lives, our emotional well being, our mental health. One of the ways to not allow hurtful words or comments impact you is to create a healthy barrier and to not surround yourself with words that could easily hurt you or trigger you, or words that have vibrations that don't serve your purpose. Now, for the sake of this video, I've distinguished 4 reasons as to why words can be hurtful. So let's distinguish which of these belongs to you. Okay, words can become hurtful when you associate a particular word or sentences or phrases with an unresolved past. So think about it. If there is someone who uses a certain word, someone that you've just met who uses a certain word to describe you, or they made a comment about your life, about the things that you do, and it reminded you of a person in the past that you didn't like, a person in the past that had impacted you so much emotionally. It could be your parents, it could be your boss, it could be your colleagues, your friends, exes. It reminded you of a painful event that happened, and the person is happened to use the exact same word as the person that you know in the past. Okay, so that is good news if you identify that that's your trigger. If that is your trigger, then there is an opportunity for you to find healing, to heal from the past and to let go of the association of that word to the past, because sometimes the person that you've just met who happens to use the word that people in the past used didn't have the same intention to hurt you or to cause you an upset. Be sure to check around with your family or with your friends or even with your coach or mentors, to ask, do you feel that these words are hurtful, or is it just me that feels that these words are hurtful for me? So if you find that a lot of people don't take offense to a particular word, but you feel strongly about any particular words being used, then it's actually a good news for you to work on healing from your past. And how you can do that? You can also engage a life coach or inner peace coach to help you disengage your association with a particular word from the past. And number two, words become hurtful when you believe that what they say is the truth. You begin to identify yourself or define yourself based on what or how people view you or how people see you. While people have their own rights to their opinion as to how they see or view you, you mustn't allow their opinion to define you. If you keep on telling yourself that those are just opinions of people about me, they may have their reasons why they say that certain things about me. I shall consider what they say about me and I will look into if there's any room for improvement or if I should take their words seriously. Or, I could find words or I could find ways to define myself in ways that empowers me to move forward. Holding on to the words about what people say to you, it could actually cripple you. And you wouldn't want that to happen. I have a very strong support group, and I have a mentor and I have a coach. Whenever I feel very impacted about certain words being used, I would talk it out to the person I trust, someone who can help me bring back to neutralize the effects of this word over me. And it's very important for you to find a neutral party to help you distinguish, to really see that, people's opinions are just people's opinions. And we have billions and billions of opinions going on in this world, and everybody is right. Choose one that serves you. Your opinion is just as valid as theirs. Now, I'm not saying this to make you feel like you are delusional or because sometimes people do think that if we choose to be firmly believe in ourselves, we are delusional, or if we choose to not listen to people's opinions, we are not receptive on feedback. There's a difference between giving constructive feedback and outrightly trying to bring you down or use words to disempower you. Don't need to take people's opinions seriously because people come from different places. Sometimes they may say those words because they themselves are hurt or feeling hurt. So we need to also understand where they're coming from. If they are genuinely coming from a contribute genuinely to you, I would say they would have to take time to really understand where you're coming from. Be very picky and selective as to who you take your advice from. And it is best to take advice from someone who's wiser than you, who has accomplished what you've been wanting to accomplish in your life, but you have yet to accomplish, like a role model you look up to and you trust, a role model that can empower you, that you feel comfortable working with, that their opinion should matter the most and not the rest. And then number three is that you are afraid that the words could destroy your reputation. Sometimes we really care so much about our reputation. We are afraid that our reputation might be tarnished if someone says something bad about us or someone say words that are not true about us. So that could happen in the online world, already happening to a lot of public figures, and there's bound to be someone who would want to tarnish your reputation or your image. But if it's coming from a small group of people, it's best to just ignore their comments and focus on your diehard fans or people who see value in what you do, people who see you and accept you for who you are. So that's easy, right? In the online world, that you can just block them. Some people may think that it's so childish to unfriend or block. Your time on earth is very limited. Reserve your energy and time only with the person whom you can serve, and only those who can really support you to move forward with your purpose. One that doesn't impact your inner peace. Who's to decide what gives you inner peace? You, not even me. As a coach myself, even though I'm an inner peace coach, I support my clients to find answers for themselves, to see what would serve them and what would bring about inner peace for them. I don't pose my idea of inner peace to them, because what brings me inner peace may not be exactly the same to you. When you book me for a coaching, you don't have to be like me. I empower you to be you, and if that's what matters to you. you take offense because the words that they use are going against your values or your commitment. So sometimes you may be on a cause, or you are spreading some message according to your values and principles, and then find a comment that's outright inappropriate, is against your values or principles, then naturally you would feel offended or feel hurt about it. To acknowledge your commitment instead of acknowledging the comments or the hurtful comments, or trying to go bring the other person down, or trying to go eye for an eye words keyboard battle. Ask ourselves, why do I feel so strongly about the words that's being used? How can I say it in a way that's not coming from a space of anger or upset? If you notice yourself feeling really triggered, angry, and upset, don't comment, or you don't say a single word. Take some time to cool off and be crystal clear about what your commitment is and what is the message that you want to share to this person, in alignment with your values and principles, and also in a way that won't offend the other person. Because remember, if someone offends you, it does not mean that you have to do the same to them. It does not mean that you have to go for eye for an eye. If you do that, it's going to impact your inner peace as well. But if you feel somewhat satisfied that the other person feel hurt or decided to back away, or that you feel like you're winning a battle, that's more to ego. Whatever we do or whatever we say is coming from a space of love. And if we are not coming from a space of love, then it's best to leave, let the matter rest, and to just ignore. So remember, be mindful of your time, your energy, and be clear of your purpose. Click on the link in the description box above or below, and I'll be glad to serve you.